Hey, what makes you think my answer is wrong? How could I be wrong? It's a simple word riddle. Harper shot up in anger. She was defiant. As a prodigy, she was prideful. It was impossible for her to be defeated by a simple word riddle. Dear guest, please calm down. The answer has been set beforehand, and your answer is indeed wrong, Keanu tried to explain. Fine. Since you said my answer is wrong, reveal the correct answer now. I want to see what can be a better answer than mine, Harper demanded indignantly. Dear guest, since the other guests have yet to make a guess, it's against the rules for us to reveal the answer at this time. If no one is able to answer this riddle, I will reveal the answer afterward. Please, calm down for now, Keanu replied humbly. Oh, Harper, just admit you were wrong. A prodigy like you shouldn't be a sore loser, don't you think? A sarcastic voice rang out beside them. It was Lana who spoke out, holding a wine glass. Who said I'm a sore loser? My answer isn't even wrong to begin with. Harper glared at her. You're as conceited as ever. Lana took a sip of her drink. With a faint smile, she said, Do you know why I can't stand you? It's because you're clearly untalented, yet you keep calling yourself a genius. Your arrogance is insufferable, just like now. You obviously have the wrong answer, yet you refuse to admit it. It's truly sickening. Bullshit. What makes you think I have the wrong answer? Do you think you're better than me? Harper yelled. What makes me think you have the wrong answer? Because I have the correct one, of course. Lana stood up and turned her attention to Keanu. With a smile, she said, Mr. Janko, my answer is time. What nonsense. Harper scoffed with her arms crossed. Time has absolutely no relevance to the riddle. If this passes as the correct answer, I'll denounce my name. Is that so? Lana smiled mockingly. Mr. Janko, please reveal the results. Is my answer correct? Congratulations, Ms. Cameron. You are correct. Keanu nodded slightly. What? Harper practically screamed. She froze on the spot as if struck by lightning. She didn't expect the answer she shunned to be the correct answer. How was that possible? Oh, Harper. How do you feel? It was unexpected, wasn't it? Surprised. With a smirk, Lana quipped, with your personality, you will probably claim foul play or that Regal Court is playing favoritism. That's right. I won't accept it. Harper roared indignantly. Why is it time and not a grandmaster? I must get a satisfactory explanation today. It's pretty self-explanatory, don't you think? Why don't you explain it to her? Lana snapped her fingers, signaling the young man beside her to stand. Although the young man had a gentle and intelligent demeanor, he delivered his words with resounding clarity. This poem is not hard. Humans, animals, and plants all wither with time. Iron, steel, stone, and virtually any substance will erode given enough time. Time practically devours everything. After he was done explaining, the man leaned back in his seat. Brilliant explanation. So that is the answer. Many of them applauded after hearing the explanation. Some things appeared simple, but without grasping the key to unlock them, finding a clue would be quite challenging. It really was time. Doesn't that mean I just missed a great opportunity? After returning to his senses, Cody regretted it so much that he wanted to slap himself. He should have listened to Dustin. He not only failed to bask in the limelight, he even succeeded in embarrassing himself. How could it be time? Just how could it be time? Harper mumbled to herself, finding it hard to accept. Well, Ms. Talented Bush, do you have anything else to say? Lana smiled mockingly. Harper was at a loss for words. Even though she didn't want to accept it, the truth was undeniable and left her with little room for argument. After listening to the explanation, she had to acknowledge that time was indeed much closer to the answer. Congratulations, Ms. Cameron, for getting the first point. Keanu clapped. He then flashed a smile toward the rest of the attendees. Of course, there's no need to feel discouraged, fellow guests. We have a few more questions prepared. If you can answer them all correctly, there's still a great chance for victory. Upon hearing this, a disheartened Harper immediately perked up. She only got one question wrong. She still had a chance to win if she performed well going forward. Please listen closely. This is the second riddle. Keanu took another card from the box and announced, I am the beginning of everything, the end of everywhere. I'm the beginning of eternity, the end of time and space. The beginning of everything and the end of everywhere. The crowd exchanged looks of confusion. What was the riddle trying to convey? How should they go about guessing it? Harper, do you have any idea? After a moment, Cody asked. The beginning of everything, the end of everywhere. The beginning of eternity, the end of time and space. Since it talks about a beginning and an end, it must be something temporary. Harper began analyzing the riddle in detail. A riddle like this one sounds so grim. The answer can't be something happy. It also carries a sense of uncertainty and sadness. There could be only one answer, and that is death. By the end of her analysis, Harper was full of vigor. The dark clouds over her seemed to have dispelled. Death. Cody was puzzled. Why did it sound so unconvincing? That's right, death, Harper said with determination. This can be the only answer. I can guarantee that I won't be wrong this time. Harper, are you sure? Cody had his doubts. Cody, trust me once more. I'm very confident this time. I promise not to disappoint you, Harper said resolutely. Dustin, what do you think? Instead of responding directly, Cody turned his attention toward Dustin, who was sipping on his tea. Since Dustin had the correct answer to the first riddle, it proved that he had considerable knowledge. I have a different perspective from Ms. Bush. Dustin said calmly, riddles typically operate on a surface level. Not every one of them is meant to convey intricate meaning. I think Ms. Bush may have read too much into this one. What would you know? How could the riddles from Regal Court be deduced from common sense? Harper's expression was grim. Don't think you can boss me around just because you got lucky. You're still unworthy and lacking in talent. In her view, Dustin had simply been lucky earlier. But blind luck like that couldn't last. Is that so? Seems like you're very confident in your answer, Ms. Bush. Dustin smiled ambiguously. Of course. Harper cocked her head. I'm well versed in poetry and have exceptional talent. If I can't figure out a simple word riddle, how could I ever show my face in public again? Upon hearing this, Dustin sniggered. Harper's confidence was truly remarkable. Dustin, why don't you share what you think? We can discuss it together, Cody said. Since you're willing to listen, I'll share my opinion. Dustin took a sip of tea before saying, I am the beginning of everything, the end of everywhere. I'm the beginning of eternity, the end of time and space. Everything begins with the letter E, and everywhere ends with E. Eternity begins with E, and space ends with E. I know what letters those words begin and end with. There's no need for you to show off your spelling skills. Harper scoffed. Dustin, so your answer is? Cody inquired. The letter E, Dustin stated. The letter E? Cody was taken aback. What a load of crap. As soon as Dustin gave his answer, Harper immediately retorted. What do you mean by the letter E? That's utter nonsense. You're only analyzing it superficially. Do you really think Regal Court will present such shallow riddles? I'm just answering the riddle based on its clues. It's up to you to believe me or not. Dustin shrugged. There was no use arguing with such an arrogant woman like Harper. No matter how well he presented his case, she would find ways to pick it apart and argue against it. Cody, don't listen to his crap. I have the right answer. Harper swore. Cody looked between them hesitatingly. Both of their explanations made sense. He didn't know who to listen to. Cody, don't you trust my judgment? Harper frowned, evidently upset. She added, you should be well aware of my talents. The previous question was just a slip-up. I'm 100% confident I'll get this riddle right. Really? Cody raised an eyebrow. I swear. Harper said solemnly. All right, since you're so confident, I'll try again, Cody said with heightened spirits. If she put it that way, she must be extremely confident in her answer. It would not be wrong again.